Hi, North Olmsted families. My name is Leah Blaze, and I am the coordinator of instructional technology for the North Olmsted City School District. In this training, I'm going to be walking you through some basics with Google Classroom, things that will help your child be successful this school year with using Google Classroom on their district issued Chromebook. So we're going to get started with Google Classroom 101. All right, families, we're going to talk about 3 ways that your child can access the Google Classroom dashboard page in order to get into all of their Google Classrooms. The first way they can do this is through the Clever portal. Clever will load when students log into their Chromebooks. It should automatically open. If for some reason it does not, or students don't happen to be on that page at the moment, they can go up to the left-hand corner of the screen and select the home page icon, which is bookmarked to Clever. From there, students would want to click on the section for Google, find the Google Classroom icon, go ahead and select the Google Classroom icon so that their dashboard will load. If students for some reason are having trouble with Clever, they can also get to Google Classroom right from Google's homepage. If they go to google.com when they are signed into their account, they'll be able to click on the app launcher and select the Google Classroom icon from the app launcher. When all else fails, students can go up to the top of their browser and type in classroom.google.com, and that will take them to that dashboard page. Once on the Google Classroom dashboard, students can navigate in between their Google Classrooms in a couple of different ways. They can select the classroom and then use the back button in order to go back to the dashboard, or they can use the 3 lines and at any point click on classes to go back to the dashboard or select their class. The Google Classroom stream is going to become an important place for your child to check for new announcements and other information in their classroom. To access the Google Classroom stream, students simply click on the classroom where they want to view the stream, and it will automatically load the stream page. If at any point they want to get back to the stream, they would click on the stream at the top. In the stream, students might find reminders about Google Meets for their classroom or perhaps weekly announcements from their teachers. When students are on the Classwork page, they should navigate to the assignment, select the assignment, and then before beginning the reading, they should select View Assignment. Students will want to do this so that they can see all of the details of their assignment at once. This would include any directions, attachments from teachers, comments, or further information about grading. They will also be able to access any templates that are added to their assignment. Students will also be able to use the screen in order to submit their final work. If students have selected an assignment and at any point need to go back, they can come up and click the back button in the upper left-hand corner to get back to the main classwork page and then navigate down to the next assignment on their classwork page. Within each Google Classroom on the Classwork page, students will find a View Your Work button at the top of the page. If they select that View Your Work button, students will be able to quickly see anything that's been assigned, whether that assigned work has a due date, things that they've turned in, as well as any final scores that teachers might have assigned to that work. Students will also be able to quickly change the sorting so that they can see work that might be missing, work that's been returned, and work that's been assigned. Now, this is the view for only one Google Classroom. So students want to see all of the Google Classroom's work at once. They can come up to the left-hand corner, select the three lines, and then underneath their class list, locate the to-do list. If they click on the to-do list, this to-do list will show students all of their work across all of their Google Classrooms. Students will be able to see work that has no due date, work that is due this week, next week, work that might be due later. They'll also be able to toggle to see things that might be missing, as well as things that are completely finished. This will help students be able to navigate what things that they still need to check in on or check with their teacher about. We're going to look at a couple of different ways that student assignments might look and a couple of different buttons that students might see in order to turn in their work. So first we're going to start with this assignment. I know this is an assignment because it has a little clipboard with some writing on it. When students select View Assignment, on this particular assignment they see a Mark as Done button. Sometimes students are going to see Mark as done because there's no attachment that students are turning in. They might be doing work in something like a Google form or work on another web page completely. When students select Mark as done in this case, Google is going to say, you haven't attached anything. Is that okay? And if it is okay, students can go ahead and click Mark as Done. Don't be alarmed if you see this message. Oftentimes, it's because of the type of assignment a teacher has created. Students simply click Mark as Done, and it registers up in the corner that my assignment is turned in and complete. Students will want to make sure that they only mark as done when they finish all of the work referenced in that assignment. If for some reason a student turned something in and they didn't mean to, that's okay. They have an unsubmit button. Unsubmitting the work gives it back to the student so the student can finish whatever they need to do and resubmit it for the teacher. Let's take a look at another type of assignment. In this type of assignment, students are actually answering a question. This assignment asks me to read through this material, take a look at some videos, and then answer a question. Up in the corner, I see a blank to type in my answer. And then students will simply click the Turn In button. This question assignment has this Turn In button to let teachers know that they are done answering their work. Students may also have the opportunity to edit that answer. If they happen to type something incorrectly, they can click Edit, make their changes, and then turn it back in. Let's take a look at my very first assignment up here. In this assignment, I see that I have a template that I have turned in to the teacher, but now I see a resubmit button. The resubmit button means that the teacher returned the work to me, and I might be done with it, or I might need to take a look at the comment that the teacher provided so that I can go back and edit my work. If the teacher's asking me to edit my work when I'm finished with it, I want to make sure that I click resubmit to let the teacher know that I am done making changes. Students will then click turn in, and the work will be resubmitted to the teacher. Sometimes students will get into an assignment and there won't be any attachments, but the teacher might be asking for something to be turned in. If the teacher is asking for the students to get something from their Google Drive or from their device, they simply click Add or Create, and then they'll be able to select a file from their drive, add a link to their file, add an upload, or they can create one of the following new files to attach. Once students have attached that file, completed all their work in this file, students will notice a Turn In button. They'll simply click the Turn In button and select Turn in order to submit that assignment. The last type of assignment I want to share with you is an assignment where teachers might just post some material. Students actually don't need to do anything other than work through the material or watch the material or read what the teacher is asking them to do. There isn't actually a thing to turn in this case. I know that this is material because it has a book with a little bookmark. If students click View Material, you'll notice there's no Turn In button on the right, and that is okay. Families, once your child is finished with their work, teachers will be providing feedback through either in person, virtual conversations, or teachers may provide feedback right in Google Classroom. It is important that students know how to access this feedback to help them continue to grow as students. So, I'm going to show you a few different places that students can locate the feedback that teachers have left for them. We're going to head into the Classwork page, and the first place a student can locate feedback is to select an assignment, click View Assignment, and over in the right-hand corner, students will find private comments from their teacher. Private comments will help students understand what things that they did well on and what things that they might need to go back and review. Sometimes teachers may also attach rubrics to the students' work. When a rubric is attached, students will see a little grade drop down here, and they will be able to review that feedback on the rubric. Rubrics might not always be used, and private comments might be a little challenging to find when you have to click into every assignment. So there is another screen that students can check for all of that feedback. If they head over to the Classwork page and they select to view your work, students will have a button on the left-hand side that allows them to select Returned. Here I can see that a comment has been left for me on this assignment. I can click on that. I can select to view the details, or I can simply read the comment right here from the teacher. Students will also have this return section using the 3 lines, selecting to do, and then if they select the Done page, students will be able to look at all of the assignments that are finished. They'll be able to locate assignments that have been done early, assignments that were turned in this week, and assignments that they've completed with no due date. Students will be able to go through assignments here and see if there is any feedback from their teachers. Now, if you have a child in grades 3 through 12, those students will also be able to access feedback in their Gmail account. Students get to Gmail by either selecting the Gmail icon from Clever or going to mail.google.com on their Chromebook. Here, students will be able to click into the email and see any scores or feedback that the teacher has left them.